What is up, Dynasty owners? It's your boy Jay Pounds, and we got another weekly video of free agent auction targets for you guys. Before we get into anything, as always, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell, all that good stuff, and also comment down below. Maybe if you guys like some of these players, whatnot, you want to say hi, want to talk football, it don't matter. Whatever it is, please comment. It helps the channel out and it helps push our videos to people that watch like-minded things. Without further ado, let's get into Jay's Week 7 weekly takeaway. Up first, we got the Browns and the Broncos. The Browns pulled this one off somehow. I have no idea how to feel about the Broncos. I like their defense at first, and now I don't. They let a third string running back in Dearness Johnston. But let's be fair, he'd be a backup with any other team. Obviously, you got Chubb and Hunt there. But they ended up beating the Broncos 17-14. And I can't help but think Baker would have found a way to lose this game. Moving on. The Chiefs and the Titans, man, this has been a very weird season to say the least for the Chiefs. They're 3-4 now. They just got steamrolled by the Titans 27-3, and they do not look like a contender at all at this point. We'll see what happens. Patrick Mahomes is a little banged up. I don't think there's any worry of him missing time, but who knows? We'll see. We got the Falcons and the Dolphins. The Dolphins just look atrocious right now. I don't know. I hope they keep Flores. That's all I'm going to say on that. The Jets and the Patriots. The Jets are still just downright horrible. They're looking like they're going to have the number 1 pick next year, and we'll see how that goes. The Panthers, I don't know how to feel about these guys. They got whooped on by the Giants, and Darnold started out hot. I liked them, and now I just don't know what to think. The Bengals reign supreme in the AFC North. Wow, it's been so long since we've been able to say that, but they beat the Bengals head to head, or the Ravens head to head this week, and they're in first place in that division. Jared Goff had a Jared Goff type week. He almost won a football game. That's usually what happens, right? How does Matt Nagy still have a job, guys? I don't understand how this guy still has a job. It's turning into Adam Gase 2.0. I'm not too sure what the Bills are believing in here, or the Bills. Why do I say the Bills? I'm saying the Bills because I want them to get Brian DeBoll, or however you say his name. But I'm hoping that's who Justin Fields gets paired with. But we'll see. Man, I think Nagy should be fired now. He's hurting Fields quite a bit. We got the Colts and the 49ers. The 49ers have disappointed me completely this year. I thought they would be a lot better than this. They were some people's dark horse Super Bowl contender. I thought about putting them there as well. They had a nice run 2 years ago, and they were just really banged up last year, and they're just not putting it together this year. That's all I got, guys. I did skip a few games. You'll notice that. I only talk about the interesting stuff for the most part. Don't want to bore you guys to death. But let's not make this video too long. Let's jump right in to these free agents for this week. Before we hit these guys, make sure you guys like the video, please. It does help out. I know I'm probably annoying you guys with that, but it just helps out a lot. We got Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver, New England Patriots, 3 years, $5 million, 41.24% rostered. Kendrick Bourne has quietly had 4 out of 5 great weeks. The last 5 weeks, he had right smack dab in the middle, and you'll notice the same thing with the next guy. The third week for both of them was a very, very bad week. I think it was 6.8 points for Kendrick Bourne. The next guy had a way worse week than that. But Kendrick Bourne he caught 4 balls for 68 yards. He didn't have a touchdown, but he did throw for a touchdown. And that shows kind of the Patriots trusting him. Bill Belichick don't put plays like that. He's not going to give a stupid play or something like that. So he's obviously trusting Kendrick Bourne. He's learned the system. They have faith in him. Mac Jones likes him, and I just don't think it's all that bad of a pickup. It's a 3-year, $5 million contract, and that may end up looking like a bargain as Mac Jones grows and progresses a little bit here. Especially if you're a rebuilding owner here too, this is a perfect player for you. He's not all that old, and he's on a cheap 3-year manageable deal that you should be able to trade for a second round pick. If he has another probably 4 or 5 good weeks throughout. We'll just see how he plays, and if you can trade him, and if not, sit on the talent, and just see what happens. You can never have enough of them guys on your team, and especially contending right now, man. This guy's double digits 4 out of the last 5 weeks. There's no reason he should be 41% owned right now. It's crazy to me. But if you're getting double digits in 4 out of 5 weeks, you should be on somebody's bench at that point. But that's all I got for Kendrick Bourne, guys. Let's move on to the next guy. We got Khalif Raymond, wide receiver, Detroit Lions, 1 year, $1.1 million, and he is 57.99% rostered. It actually kind of blew my mind that Khalif Raymond was out rostering Kendrick Bourne. I was not expecting that. I knew they'd be somewhat close, but I was expecting Bourne to be 10-20% higher, not the other way around. Especially at this point, I've had Bourne in the articles a couple I think twice now, and it just nobody seems to like the guy for some reason. I got him in a couple different spots now, and including a couple. I think I got him in one home league, but I got him in 2 dynasty owner leagues, a home league, and then a couple other things I mess around with. I played him, but he just he's looked good, and so has Khalif Raymond in the last 4 out of 5 weeks. Like I said, aside from week 3, he had a 0.6 week, but Khalif Raymond has put up double digit points in 4 out of the last 5 weeks. He basically seems like he is Jared Goff's safety blanket. This dude had 6 catches for 115 yards against the Rams, and they nearly pulled off a victory. They were in it the whole game. It was actually an interesting game. These Detroit Lions are fighting well. Dan Campbell has the entire locker room bought in, and it shows on the football field. I don't think Khalif Raymond's going to be anything much of a play outside of this year, but it looks like he is going to be a solid, consistent contributor for the rest of this season. Think of maybe Hunter Renfrow numbers, and this is what this guy should get you minimum every week. He's shown the upside. He's found the end zone a couple times this year, and he's just, like I said, 4 out of 5 weeks, double-digit points. Why is he not on your bench? Just make sure you take a look at this guy, because I think he's here to stay, even when like Tyrell Williams comes back. I don't think Khalif Raymond's going anywhere. This is kind of the role. He's in the role we all thought Amon-Ra St. Brown would be in, and he's had a couple good games, but it seems like Khalif Raymond has found the role of Jared Goff's safety net, and that's exactly where you want your fantasy guy to be, because they're, especially, if somebody on your bench, he's going to get 5 or 6 catches and probably 60, 70 yards every week. After this, guys, we got Dante Pettis, wide receiver, New York Giants, 1 year, $920,000. He is 11.83% rostered. It's a blast from the past, ain't it? It feels so weird talking about Dante Pettis right now. It felt so weird writing about him. I don't know how to feel about it. He's had 5 targets in each of the last 2 weeks. The Giants are banged up at receiver, and they will get healthy at some point. And I know that may worry some people about Dante Pettis, but let's not forget how high this kid was drafted. He's was very talented coming out of college, and he could just come in and actually produce and perform and wow the coaching staff, because he does have that talent. On Sunday against the Panthers, who we know have a decent defense, it's been tailing off a little bit in the last few weeks, but he did have 5 catches. He found the end zone on an excellent play where he somehow kept his knee off the ground. I don't know if you guys were watching Red Zone or not, but wow, that play. If you were a comment down below, I want to know, because it was spectacular that he was able to, it was luck that he was able to keep his knee off the ground. Let's put it that way. Moving on, guys, we got Mike White, QB, New York Jets, 1 year, $850,000. The new lowest rostered player ever on the free agent auction targets. Article/video, Mike White, 0%. Oh, man. I've seen so many people on Twitter. Who in the hell is Mike White? I heard it on, me and my son were watching it after his game. And he looked at me, he said, "Dad, who is Mike White?" I said, "Your guess is as good as mine, buddy. I don't think anybody knows who that guy is except for his parents." No, I'm just kidding. But he stepped in and did somewhat okay, I guess. He had 2 picks, but he threw for over 100 yards. He had like 10.3 points, I think it was. And like we say, quarterbacks are dynasty owner gold. Zach Wilson is going to miss 2 to 4 weeks, is what I've seen. They're signing, or they traded for Joe Flacco, but he's not going to play this quick. It's going to be a couple weeks for him to learn the offense, and by then Zach Wilson should be back. So if you need a couple week rental at QB, maybe you got a bye week this week or next, go ahead and get Mike White. He's $850,000. You can drop him for free at the end of the year. He's not going to cost you anything or anything like that, and it's just a pick that makes sense if you need a week for a quarterback on your bench, or for some reason you only got one QB and you need him to start for a week. It'll get you through. Moving on, we have, last but not least, Brandon Bolden, running back, New England Patriots, 1 year, $1.8 million. He is 68.64% rostered in Dynasty Owner. Brandon Bolden, he's the same as the rest of these guys. He's kind of put together a nice little couple game stretch here. This past week he had 6 catches for 79 yards and a touchdown, and that equals a lot of points. Not doing the math. No, I'm just kidding. That is 19.9 points, I think, if I'm doing the math correct, right off the top of my head. But just a solid week. But you probably don't want to start this guy, but somebody on your bench who can pop off for 19, 20 points and get you a 5, that'll put you 5 towards your total score. You can't beat that on your bench. I see a lot worse on people's bench. I've seen a lot of zeros on benches this week. It was an ugly week. People were calling it Buymageddon, and I completely understand why. But that being said, guys, he's a little bit over the roster cutoff, but I wanted to include a running back, and he was by far the best option. In your normal redraft leagues and things like that, you're not going to be picking Brandon Bolden up. I highly doubt it, unless it's a very, very deep league. But in Dynasty Owner, this is the kind of guys that you got to pick up to get through on your bench through bye weeks and things like that, because of the salary cap and because of how deep our rosters can be. You can hold up to 30 players. If you're new just catching this video, check us out. It's a very fun game, and you see all these numbers. I know it looks confusing, but it's not that bad. But again, guys, Brandon Bolden, make sure you guys go ahead and give him a look if you need another running back. I know a lot of people need running backs at this point, so go get your 6 catches and 79 yards. He looks like James White himself out there. But that's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you guys next week. Stay safe out there.